Hi everyone, it's me, Crafty Witch, and welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be about a book of shadows that I made for, or in the process of making for my son Dalton. When my kids turn 18, they get a copy of mine, and it's up to them if they want to add to it or take away from it or anything like that. So for us, it's not just about rituals and spell work and stuff like that. It also has a lot of our family history, a lot of local folklore, if you will, and a lot of legends and things that experiences that our family has had over the generations and things like that. So it's all in there, and it's an interesting piece of history for the kids, as well as a reflection of my own spiritual journey. And so when they turn 18, they get a copy. My son Dalton, that's my middle son, he'll be 18 at the end of this month, and he's already started his own book of shadows, which is just a regular notebook sort of thing. So anyway, talking with him, trying to get ideas, what he'd like, and that kind of thing. And I make mine out of binders, 3-ring binders that you can buy at any store. And he wanted something different. So just to get ideas, we went surfing the net. And there's a couple websites. One is Tall Poppy, which is based out of France. They make really beautiful hand-bound books there. And he saw one of their books, which is called a Nordic Book of Shadows, and he's like, oh, that's what I want. And then we went to another website. They too also have a Nordic Book of Shadows. So he was like, yeah, I want something like that. So I was like, okay. So, and what it is, it's a book that's covered in faux fur. We go to Staples, we go buy a 4-inch binder. They didn't have any 5-inch binders there, which is really unfortunate. And considering that we live in New York, and I mean, you just can't find stuff like what you want all the time because it's a small place. So we made do with that. Then we went to a secondhand shop, and we were looking at fur coats and fake fur coats and stuff like that. And the only one that would have been big enough, I think, to cover his book of shadows was kind of like a blackish gray type of fur coat. It almost kind of looks like a leopard print or something. And he just wasn't really into that coat at all. Then we went to the fabric store, and they had a very limited selection of faux fur. Again, I mean, some of it was like burgundy and pink and, like real funky kind of colors. But he wanted something that looked more like the real thing. And they had one little strip of faux fur, and we got it for $10. And then we got some faux suede for the inside covers of the Book of Shadows and stuff like that. So I'll show you what it looks like. It only took us took me about 45 minutes to make. So here it is. It's a I don't know if you can see that really good or not. It's really fuzzy, like it's fuzzy, almost, I don't know what kind of fur it would resemble, maybe a cross between a wolf or a coyote or something, but it's really fuzzy, and yeah, and it was so easy to make. And then here's the inside of the book. And then what I done was, this part here is the faux suede. And I put craft glue all over on the inside of the book. Well, first of all, I kind of eyeballed how much faux suede I would need for the inside covers. Cut it down to size. And when I say eyeball it, like, I'm not one of those people that are so anal retentive. They got it going, like, measure every single little millimeter or whatever. I mean, if you do, that's fine, but I couldn't be bothered. So I eyeballed it, and it turned out good. I made sure I painted the glue all over here, and I got some underneath this metal thing here. And then I just slid the the faux suede into place. And then I used something called a bone folder, and I just, you know, scraped out all the little air bubbles and made sure it was all nice and flat, and went over it a few times and stuff, and made sure I put the crease in there so it was easy for it to fold. And what was really nice about this is, with the faux suede, the glue did not soak all the way through it. With a lot thinner fabrics, if you try to glue it onto your binder, then you'll get these dark splotches, which is where the glue has soaked through, and it just kind of kills the fabric. Just doesn't look good. But with the faux suede, it turned out perfect. It didn't soak through at all. It turned out really nice. So we put that on first, and we made sure we got, I don't know if you can see it, but we got right under that metal thing there. And then I eyeballed the fur. Made sure, you know, it would fold over and whatnot, and then just done the same thing. Just, you know, put glue all over and put it into place. And it took like 45 minutes to make. It was really super easy. And then with the fur part here, like the corners, because I mean, like, it's standing up this way and this way sort of thing, and then I cut it about there at like a 45-degree angle, just snipped it, and that way they would fold over into a real nice, I don't know, fold. See? And yeah, so there's his Book of Shadows. It's a work in progress. So yeah, he didn't want the leather tabs on there, but if you have rivets or leather stuff, I mean, it would be really easy to attach some leather tabs or ties or whatever you wanted on here. So yeah, and it's so easy and so much cheaper than buying it online. I mean, 45 minutes and you're done. And you don't even have to measure anything to for it to really work. I mean, with this suede, I just made sure I had enough to go on both sides, and you know, I just trimmed all the edges of the suede all the way around, because I mean, it was wider than the binder, and then you use the fur to cover it up. It was so cool. It was very easy. And online, some of these are going for like, I think the cheapest ones are like $200 and some, and then the more expensive ones I've seen go up to like $800 and then or more. And then there's also your shipping and all that crap on top of it. So yeah, well, I'm not going to spend $1,000 on his Book of Shadows. You know, it's just, I'm generous, but you know, I'm not going to spend that much. Yeah. What did it cost? The fur itself was $10 Canadian. It'd probably be like, you know, $7 American or something. And the faux suede that I got was $7 Canadian, so it'd probably be like $5, $4.50 American. And then the binder was the most expensive thing. That was like $21, $23, somewhere in there. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's all done. Just gotta fill it up. But yeah, it, you know, might be a craft project you might want to consider doing. I think I've got some stuff left over. I might have enough to make another Book of Shadows. So if I do, and if I can find a suitable binder, then what I'll do is I'll make a video or take pictures of the process of me making it, sort of thing. The reason why I didn't do it, I got fur in my mouth. The reason why I didn't make any videos or anything like this is my youngest borrowed my camera, lost the cord for it, found the camera, then eventually found the cord, and by then the book was done. So yeah, kind of sucks, but whatever.